outside like it's ATL.
Quick video installing a big fat subwoofer in my Acura, and I'm going to show you how I did the Big 3 upgrade. Big emphasis on the battery sensor. So other people can tell you why you want to do the Big 3 upgrade. To be very honest, I was getting low battery warnings. The OEM cable is very thin, so I would still consider doing it even if you're not running amps. You can just get away with what, like 4 gauge instead of 0 gauge, what I did. So what I like to do, I like to keep the OEM connectors in case I ever sell the car. Here's your alternator. Negative flows through the engine to the engine bracket, and because the motor mounts are rubber, this connector completes the circuit sending negative current to the chassis. So I sanded that down underneath. I got that there, and I found a bolt right here. So I cleaned it up and I put a random bolt from Home Depot, link below, and it kind of just squeezes through here. No issues. Alternator positive. Yes, there's that annoying plastic underneath. You should use like a Dremel or oscillating tool. I used bolt cutters, not the best idea, but it does justice. And I went this direction because I did not want this running sitting on the engine. So zip tied. Have to have a fuse. This is 150 amps because that is what the alternator is rated to. And this is going to back here to the battery. Got this terminal off of Amazon. I like it because it has these detachable nipples for the OEM connector. I don't like that they're Allen keys though, which I think it's on this side. So you have to have Allen keys when you're replacing the battery, but it is what it is. Negative, you've got to be careful because newer Honda's Acuras have this battery sensor that kind of measures current flow through this metal slab. And so I tried to run this right underneath this bolt, and I was getting all low battery warnings because it's not detecting how is the battery charging. It's supposed to do other things like check your, tell your alternator not to overcharge, but I don't know. So it goes underneath here. I drilled this hole. Not the best idea because it's pretty, there's not much room left for this metal piece. They do sell a battery sensor with a screw terminal for the Odyssey, but I'm just too lazy. So it goes here and flows back to under there. I did a little more cleanup too, and yeah. So I've got 4 gauge running inside of there underneath the vent. Little extra slack. I've got 100 amp fuse here. Now I don't want to do any drilling, so I got this screwdriver, really long, because it's really hard to get to begin with, and I can't really show you, but there's this grommet that's deep in there, and underneath here on the inside you twist this piece off and everything just kind of pops out all the way in there. That's where that hole is, right there. I'll zoom in right there. So that's the hardest part of trying to poke that cable out. And that little metal thing, that's your steering column. Obviously you want to make it to clear all of your pedals. So I went all the way above and attached it. I zip tied to that little harness back there behind the pedals, and all the way down there through here. These trim pieces are easy to pull out, and so you got to pull this out before you can pull the metal piece out. And yeah, I forgot to show this part, but I'm gonna link down a YouTube video which basically shows you a neat trick so you can fish a really long rod through this little corner here, And so you can basically run the power line directly to the trunk without removing the back top seat, because that is such a pain to remove. So yeah, I used some fiberglass rods myself and it worked really well. Now I did do a little bit of dynamatting. Didn't get a chance to show it, but that's it. Pretty much not much to it. You use these little pieces here where you use a flathead to pry 4 of these out underneath, right? So to reattach, you just kind of insert, reverse your order. So these I just staple these speaker wires from here. As you can see, just speaker terminals. I screwed everything into the box. I forgot to show it, but right there where that yellow thing is, underneath there is where I bolted into the chassis, and it's coming out through here. So that's what this black wire is. I wrapped for the inline converter, I wrapped the black wire around there, and that's what this little black wire here is. That's getting ground from there. It's positive. It's going from the fuse box accessory. It's powering both the line output converter and the amplifier remote wire. So I have this quick disconnect as well. So if I ever need to take this out for cargo space, it's an option. But yeah, that's everything in a nutshell.